Hey everybody, and welcome back to Machine Control for a quick tips video. In this video, we're talking about using Mode 2 in Zoom. You can manually control the zoom of fixtures live on a fader by setting the fader to Mode 2. Steps to setting this up: select the fixtures you want to use in the effect, set the zoom to 100%, record this in channel mode to an empty fader. Before clearing the programmer, set the zoom back to 0. This is critical. Now clear the programmer. Open the options for the fader, and on the fader tab, change the fader to Mode 2. Exit this menu. Turn the fixtures up in another playback and test that the fader now allows you to zoom by raising and lowering the fader. Some tips for using this: the Mode 2 fader is going to fade from wherever the zoom is to 100%. If you change the zoom from 0% in another playback or by loading in the fixtures, etc., the zoom will be taken from that value to 100% and back. I like to make a 0% zoom palette in case this happens. Also, changing the locate or release values to 0% zoom can help. See our videos on this. The link will be in the description. So let's have a look at that. Here I am on version 16 of Titan on the Titan Go visual interface. And see here, we've got a little show set up here. I got some LED beam 150s on the back wall there that we'll do this with. So if I select my beam 150s, and then I'm going to go to our beam attribute, and we can set our zoom to 100%, and then we'll hit record, change the record mode channel, and we'll select the empty fader here. Now we'll set our zoom back to 0%, and now we'll hit clear. And I'll go to our options, our fader tab, change our fader mode to Mode 2, and then exit out of this menu. So now if I bring my fixtures up, and now use this, I can see that they zoom in and out based on the position of my fader. If I was to fire this playback that has them going to 50% zoom, if I try to use this now, you can see that it only fades between 50% and 100%. I can either select my fixtures and take the zoom back to 0, or I have a palette like I do here. I can click it and now use this and see that now my fixtures go from 0% zoom to 100 again. If that happened and I didn't want that nice little snap on my fade, I can set of course my palette fade time and then have it fade down to 0% instead of it being a harsh snap like that, and now my fader works again. I also do some other types of fixtures, obviously. I see here we got all these. So if I was to select my spiders, my BMFLs, and my DL7s, and we'll set their zoom to 100, record, check the run channel mode, select here, go to our options for this playback, to the fader tab again, set it to Mode 2, and then exit out. I'll go ahead and set our zoom back to 0, and we'll hit exit. And before we hit clear, we'll just start this running. We'll hit clear, and now we can see that we can still zoom in and out the same. If I turn this playback off and back on, we see that our zoom's at 50%, so I only get from 50 to 100. But I can use my same little palette here, and now zoom from 0 to 100 again. We can also, of course, do this the opposite direction. So I'll go ahead and turn this one off, and we'll just make some space here by deleting this queue. And we'll go ahead and we'll select or fire this one again. And just so we see that we're at 50%. So we'll take our beam 150s and we'll set their zoom to 0%. And then we'll hit record, check our channel mode, record, and select it here. Take our zoom to 100. And the options for here, and set it back to Mode 2, and exit out. And we'll go ahead and fire this one just so that our fixtures are moving. And we'll hit clear. And now we can see our fixtures fade from 100% to 0% as we raise the fader. But if I fire this one and they're at 50%, now my fader will go from 50 to 0. But we can use our same palettes here and make them go to 100%, and then go from 100 to 0 again. So that has been using Mode 2 to control zoom manually on your fixtures. I hope you learned something. Join us on Facebook at Avolites US. Join us here next time. Please subscribe. Thanks. Bye.
Wheel stop.
Roger, wheel stop, Discovery. Welcome back. A great ending to the new beginning.